Hello. Welcome. I'm saying welcome. I don't really. Is it really going to do that to me already? Okay. Anyway, I have a couple of books that I need to read. They're the two books for my October project that I do not have the audiobook for. And so I'm going to do some reading sprints. I have my timer set up. I'm going to wait until 5. I'll go until like at 5. We're going to do a first sprint for 25 minutes. My goal is to do another. Hello. My goal is to do 4 sprints today. So that's like an hour and 40 minutes or so of reading. If I can do math properly. Good afternoon. I won't be sharing what I'm reading today because it's a secret. But I hope that you all will share what you're reading down below so that I can know what you're reading. I will, of course, keep you updated with how many pages. I finished the first 2 books for the project this morning, and it was oh my god, y'all! When I tell you that these books, both of them, the one I should have known was going to be bad. Hello, Aaron. Because when I got to the 50% mark, I went to Goodreads, and Goodreads had an average of a 3.54. And if a book has a 3.54 on Goodreads, then you just know there's no chance of it being a good book. Not on Goodreads where everything has like a 4-star average. So that was rough. That was really rough. I hated that for me. And then the second book wasn't any better. It wasn't any better. It was honestly worse. And I was like, I didn't think. So I've been struggling. So I'm hoping that between the sci-fi and the fantasy, that these are going to hit better than the first 2 did. You're going to be reading Words of Radiance. Did you finish your bibliography, Jocelyn? And if you did, what are you going to be reading? For those just coming in, 3-minute warning to the sprint. Is it 3 minutes? Yeah. 3-minute warning to the sprint. First sprint at 5. Hello, Kelsey. Hello, welcome. Happy to see everyone here. You're going to like this book, Anita Shallon's little backstory. I refuse to believe that. I'm sorry. I have zero faith in that man. You did right on time for the sprint, and you're going to read the second book and the first law. Oh, so this is like perfect timing for Jocelyn. Hello. Yeah, I'm going to try and get back to doing them. I don't know. I'm trying not to make any promises. The only promise that I'm trying to keep right now is this little reading vlog adventure situation. And I really wanted to give up on that. I wanted to give up on that already. So let's see here. You are deep in paranormal romance land and you need to get out of it. So hopefully these sprints will get you to the end of the dragon romance. There's a dragon romance. That sounds right up Aaron's alley. Thank you. Let's see here. 1 minute warning or so till the sprint's like 1 minute and 10 seconds. She was your favorite part, and it's more the same for her. Yeah, but I just refuse to believe. Like, it's not like it's not like she was the beacon of light on the hill. When your options are Bridge 4 in Kaladin, where everything is the same, or the character who's doing something different every day. Like, it's not like there was a smorgasbord of good things about the Way of Kings. There wasn't. It was slim pickings. It was the best of a bad situation. You're reading Addie LaRue. Yeah, I really hate that for you. You know, I was at Books A Million this morning, and I saw that little special edition they came out with, and I said, this is just lazy. Like, this is literally lazy. And y'all went out and bought it. Now, the booktubers who got sent the book, more power to y'all. That was free. But y'all went out and bought that book, that little blue. I hate that. Like, if that's the edition that people just bought offhand, okay. But to collect it, hate that. But with that said, hello everybody. I will catch up after the sprint, but it is 05. 05. So I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna stop explaining. At this point, we know how these things work. Okay, that was the better part of 25 minutes after a failure on my part to start the timer. So hate to see that. But how'd everybody do? I managed to get to page 53, almost page 54 in the new book for my secret reading project. I don't think this is anywhere near as bad as what I was just reading earlier today, the first two books for the project. I don't think I love this as much as everybody else was loving this. But it is also like the first 2% of the book. So I'm going to give it an opportunity to get better. Maybe that'll happen. But we're going to do the next sprint at 35. So let's catch up. Yeah, I mean, the blue is pretty. The blue it's a pretty color. I think that's the correct decision. Definitely think that's the correct decision. The Colleens are still your favorite. They're all in the same place. That sounds really boring. Starting Bathhouse, you're reading Rebecca and The Shining. Sounds very spooky. You're finishing up The Shadow of What Was Lost. You're reading First Sister. 10 pages, 28 pages. What's for dinner? Aren't you listening to an audiobook so you can eat dinner and listen? Did you listen to Words of Radiance? 7% of your dragon romance. Is that 7 more percent, or you're 7% into the dragon romance? And did we get a name of this dragon romance? Because I know Aaron was looking at it. You are doing both. Okay, well, how much did you read? That doesn't answer the question. You listened to 2%. That sounds like Words of Radiance. I believe that long ass book. I just refuse to believe that like, even if Shallan is an interesting character, I refuse to believe that the backstory is necessary, because Kaladin's backstory wasn't necessary. Dalinar, I could understand wanting to give people his backstory because he had nothing to do. So him, I will allow. But all these other people coming in, let's just write 500 pages of backstory. Love that for y'all. Love that for y'all over there in the adult community. 7 more. You're past the halfway mark now. That's exciting. I definitely thought I was going to get at least halfway into one of these books today during the sprint. But if sprint number 2 is also like this just was, I don't think that's going to happen. But I will take progress. Words of Radiance is the best book in the series. I've heard that from a number of people, which is the only reason. I can take it back. I was only interested in reading Words of Radiance because I was lied to. And people said that you get the listener perspective in that one. But Aaron was telling me that the listener perspective was just in the interlude. And it's like, that's foolishness. So reading another 1,000 pages for Shallan, no, couldn't be me. And then you want me to read Oathbringer, another 1,000 pages just for Shallan? I don't know. To then get to Rhythm of War and get the listener perspective and like actually meaningfully get it, that's a lot. When I felt that it was real racist. 22 pages of The Witcher, The Last Wish. That's exciting. I've heard, is that the short story collection or is that one of the actual novels? Definitely Wheel of Time. Because I will say this, Robert Jordan, his book also needed to be edited, but it didn't need to be as edited because we could have taken 500 pages out of The Way of Kings. Like literally any page that was dedicated to Kaladin and his backstory could have been cut. And we would have had a nice 700 page book. The Eye of the World, you could really only cut 100 pages, maybe 150 if you were feeling like really upset. But to me, like 800, like I think that first book is like 600 pages or so. And that's not unrealistic for a first book in a series. It was just boring. It just wasn't very good. But in terms of like pages and what he did with them, there wasn't as much to actually edit. You're Reading for Your Own Good by Samantha Downing. That's exciting. But it is 35. And I said we were going to read at 35. And I'm actually going to remember to start the timer this time. Definitely going to remember to do that. You're starting Terrible Fall of Angels by Laurel K. Hamilton. Okay, got a new series. If she has something new, I might look into it. Because I feel like I always see her on shelves. But I'm like, that's book number 38. So, but I'm going to actually shut up so we can go back to doing the reading. And then we will do a longer break. Because I know this felt really short. One of the short story collections, and you'll like it. 100 pages in. Definitely not alone. Definitely not alone. Okay, let's mute. Okay, how did everybody do? I am now on page 121. Yeah, so starting to enjoy things more. I wish that, like, because now I'm a quarter or so the way into the book, and I wish that we were getting more of the world building aspects to it. I feel like we're getting like a singular aspect, but there's allegedly a whole lot of stuff going on here that I don't really understand, and I would just personally appreciate understanding that stuff. Maybe that's just me. I don't know, but I'm gonna keep going. We'll do the next sprint at 10, so 8 minutes from now. We will do our third sprint of the afternoon or evening, wherever you are. You really tried to like the Way of Kings. I mean, I'm happy you tried, but definitely not gonna convince you to go pick it back up. Yeah, this is what I use when I record any of my sit down things that aren't card clips, essentially. Technically, Jade Legacy will be a new release to everybody. I do not actually have an alarm set for tomorrow. I don't think I'm gonna need one because it's like 10 in the morning. I should be up by 10. But the other book that is coming out in I think like 2 weeks now, October 19th, so like 10 days, is Truth of the Divine, which is the sequel to Axiom's End. I don't think I rated Axiom's End because I went in with like expectations that book clearly was never. I went in expecting something, and that just wasn't even what the premise was. So I was like, clearly I cannot actually rate this based on that. But it was decent enough. I don't know. And this was Freeze's an ARC copy. It's actually a very nice ARC. It's probably one of the better constructed ARCs that I've received. So I did read the little author's note at the beginning of this. And I think I read no, I just literally read the author's note. But the first book dealt with, it's like a first contact story. So an alien crash lands on the planet, and there's kind of like, maybe there's going to be an invasion, maybe we can stop it, but like, it was weird. It's weird. Whatever you think is going to happen just definitely does not happen. But so Truth of the Divine is the only other new release that I'm currently looking forward to. Spooky reads. This is kind of jumping ahead from people, but I don't think so. 2 of the books that I just finished reading were like spooky, like they were mystery thriller vibes. The fantasy that I have, I think, is going to be kind of like spooky. I have one more fantasy on my TBR for the secret project. So kind of, but not intentionally. 2% more, 7% of Bunny, 26 pages. Damn, backhanded with the cane. You're on chapter 6. 60 pages into For Your Own Good. It's very weird. No likable characters so far. 30 pages. You're reading Before They Are Hanged. It's the second. Okay. Is this got anything to do with me? Okay, no. But I'm happy y'all are having a good time. 5-minute warning till the next sprint. Love that for the people. Love that for the people. Love that you guys are having a good time. And I actually am, as much as I wish that we could like do some more world building in what I'm currently reading, it's still going far better than the first 2 books for this project. So it's rough out here, but it could be a lot worse. I've read worse. You're using to help you productive while packing. Are you moving? Are you going on a vacation? What are we packing for? I haven't read it. So they just tried to kill Shalon, kind of wish they got her. You know, I hate that for you. Reading Serpent and Dove and you're enjoying it. There was a time, I want to say it was like last month, where Books A Million was doing a little sale on the Serpent and Dove books, and I came this close to purchasing, but it was when they didn't have the first two on hardcover, and I said, "Oh, I'm not going to do that." I can't either, but I also, once I'm done doing this reading tonight, I need to edit. So I'm not looking forward to that part. I also technically need to film a September wrap up because I really hate the idea of not doing that, because I did read a lot in September that I just didn't talk about. So, but there probably, I'm going to say this now, there probably will not be an October wrap up because because I have a feeling that the bulk of my October reading is going to be done in this project that I kind of want to be done by Friday. That is probably unrealistic, but by Friday I would like to be done. Or at least Sunday, like next weekend in general, like that time I want to be done with this project. I think that we are going to agree on Empire of the Vampire. I gave that 3.5 stars, and I think Aaron will also give it at least 3 stars. Academia, moving to Kentucky. That sounds fun. No, oh, Jade Legacy too, but I do think that we will agree on Empire of the Vampire. We also agreed on, okay, we didn't agree that it was good, but we definitely had similar opinions on Final Girl Support Group and Honey Girl. So like we agree. It happens. Look, when I was I haven't read Serpent and Dove. All I know is that it's supposed to be like fantasy France. And when I was reading Empire of the Vampire, I really thought that Jerry Kristoff had read it and said, "You know what? Let me just do this, but adult." And I liked it. And I like Nina and Matthias, and it was Nina and Matthias fan fiction. So like, I mean, I didn't know if I really wanted to see them end up together. I don't know if I wanted all that, but I could like it. Let's see here. Technically, it is going to be longer than 2 hours. Technically. But it is not a single project. It's a bunch of smaller projects that are interconnected that other people have definitely done, and I have not created anything new here. I was just inspired. So technically it'll be longer than 2 hours, but it isn't a single video. But would you look at the time, because it is 10 after, so we will catch up with the comments in a little bit. But we got to read, people. We got to be productive, get the packing done, and I'll see y'all in 25 minutes. Okay, that was 25 minutes. I'm on page 2.
Okay,
Oh,
that
is an echo. My bad. I'm on page 202. And here's the thing. The only other sort of fantastic, well, Empire of the Vampire notwithstanding, because that was like, even there, the world building was questionable. The most recent world building I've read has been These Violent Delights. And I don't know if that really counts because this was just our world, but there was like some monsters and some creepy shit happening. But I am still just like the world building in this most recent read of mine. I'm just not feeling it. I'm not vibing. I don't understand. I don't understand why this is everybody's biggest, like, bestest time, but whatever. Could be worse. I have less than 200 pages now because the book stops on page 394. So I won't finish during the sprints, but I will probably finish while I am making dinner later on tonight. So we got one more sprint, which we're going to do at 45, I think. We'll do 45 because I've been talking for a minute. So let me know in the chat how you've done. Let me scroll back up. Is there the destroying? I don't destroy books. I just point out flaws. That's all I do. Again, technically, but it is going to be split up into different parts. So it should make watching very well. I'm not gonna say it's gonna make watching easy because that is going to be a lie through and through. But it should make watching more accessible because it's not going to be long. Look, I'm not gonna say that I'm sure that if I were to do some like research, I could find people who had feature length vlogs before I dropped my Lee Bardugo. But I will say that even if there were, it wasn't very popular, was not the move. So I will count myself in the people laying the foundation that made a 3-hour vlog a possibility. Hello, I've been all right. How are you? Foolishness. You got 4%. Not really parts 1 and 2. It's more like Secret Project 1 through 13. So again, it's not the it's not. I feel like talking about it like, ooh, Secret Project, like makes it feel more inventive and creative than it really is. But again, I am not the first person to do this. I was merely inspired, and that person does receive credit in the video. So, I mean, look, I think that for me, I like credit. Okay. And so when the reading sprint started popping off, I'm not going to say that I invented let's sit down and read for X number of minutes, because I told them in those first reading sprints that I stole this from the author tube people and they're click clacking away on the keyboards. But I will say that there are several people in this community who now have 10,000+ subscribers because of their little reading sprints. And that would not have been possible if I had not laid the way. If I had not, I'm just saying. So did other people put out 2-hour-long videos? Yes, people have been putting out hour-long videos for a minute. But I do think that me dropping a 2-hour Lee Bardugo vlog that didn't flop immediately was like, you know what? I can put out a 3-hour vlog and people will watch it. That's just what I do over here. I just pave the way for other people's success. Yeah, and that's why I need to I need to edit today because the first video is done. So now I need to edit the next 2 videos and they can actually get uploaded. So I thought about giving it to my patrons as I went, but I thought that would be, maybe I'm not going to do that. But now that I finished like the first part of the videos, I might do that. So they might get the first 3 early just because I don't know. They can let me know if it's bad. So if you're a patron, there might be 3 new videos for you coming soon out of the 10. Because I definitely talked about it in my Violent Delights reading vlog that you guys got, and then I cut it because it was in a section of the video that was hard to listen to. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I would call it the mark of the devil. An unlucky number, sure. But the motivation behind this project is I want to get this NetGalley score up. And so when I was at the library and they had more finished copies of books that I had received on NetGalley, I said, well, why not? And so the 2 that I'm reading, the one I started today for the sprint is one of 2 of 12 that I couldn't get on audio. So the other 10, well, yeah, is it 10 now? No, there's 8 more. And the other 8, I'm going to have to speed through by next week. So thoughts and prayers. You know what? Let me just, I hate it here. I hate it here. Anyway, that was annoying. My bad. The Mac does not like StreamYard. They are not friends. But we're just continue to use it because we only got but one more sprint. The devil, I mean, I know, and that's what matters. I had the satisfaction of knowing I am correct. Let me just go back over here to the. Hopefully it's better now because I had to close Firefox and come back. So let me know because we were supposed to start the sprint in like a minute. But if we have to start at 50, we can start at 50. Because I don't even have the timer pulled up yet. Okay, that's what I was going to do though. Okay, we're good now. Okay. I knew I knew that my Mac does not like StreamYard when I have it hooked up to my monitor, but I said the last time I did sprints without the monitor, it was too hard to get the timer. So we're going to start the sprints at 46. So in like 30 seconds, just so I can pull everything back up. And everyone has another 30 seconds to get settled. So this is going to be the last sprint of the night. We're going to make it a good sprint. We're going to get these last few pages in. I think my goal is to read to page 250. That's going to be my goal, to get to page 250. So we'll see if I'm successful in 25 minutes. Hello, welcome back, everybody. I made it to page 265. Not having a good time. Not having a good time at all. I'm going to have to go look at some reviews because this book was hyped. It was hyped. Y'all said this was the moment, the movement. Y'all told me that this is where it was at. And I said, okay, bet. Okay. I have never been so happy to not spend money in my life. I would like to thank my library for all that they have done for me because this was horrible. I can't say that it was horrible because the first two books I read for this project were actually horrible. And so this is a step above. But like, this is now the third book. Yeah, I mean, I will give one of the books in the first, like one of the first two books, I'll allow it to be YA. And I'll even allow These Violent Delights, even though These Violent Delights was also like that. We could have, okay. But this is the at least second book for this project now that I do not understand why it is in the YA section. I don't understand. And it's not because of like content, but it, in terms of like, this isn't appropriate for the young adult marketplace, but it's like I can feel the age categorization limiting the narrative in a way that the book feels underbaked as a result. And I like to think that if it had been allowed to explore some shit, like this could have been at least a 3-star read. But this is a 2-star read. I am not saying, sadly, I wish I could tell y'all not to go pick this up, but it's for a secret project, and if I told y'all the book, then it could spoil part of the project, the interactivity. So sadly, I have to suffer in I can't even say suffer in silence because clearly I'm not being silent, but suffering. But it is 14. I'm gonna wrap this up at 25. So you guys can let me know how you guys did for the last sprint. I managed to read most of this book with y'all. This book has like 395 pages. So I have very little left. So I'm going to get a vlog clip in for the beginning of this book and then make some dinner. I saw that allegedly Erin is going to do sprints. So maybe I'll be in her chat while she does sprints. It's not. Especially so I've read 3 books pretty much now for this project. And only one of them was actually, no, take it back. 2 of them were actually that bad. I'm not looking forward to editing those clips because I was definitely yelling at my phone because I was upset. 7 p.m. EST. Okay, so everybody, this is Booked and Busy. Miss Erin, Miss Booked and Busy right here. She's doing sprints at 7 p.m. EST, according to Jocelyn. So if that's a lie, that's Jocelyn. I believe it's the same on Twitter. You can take it up with her. But everyone go to Erin's channel to continue being productive. Look, I actually do have a copy of White Smoke. I have zero interest in reading it, but I do have a copy. I'm not gonna read that book though. Not after Grown. Okay. Is there anything else from up here that okay, no, I didn't. Look, I haven't been on Erin's channel, so I'm getting my information from the chat. And I don't want to be on Twitter later minding my business and people are coming at me like, where are the where were the reading sprints on Aaron's channel? So I mean, you can take it up with Aaron too. But because Aaron didn't say in my chat that she was doing reading sprints at a time, I'm pretty sure it is. I have to Google. I could be wrong. Could you imagine? Could you imagine if I was incorrect and I was one of the people confusing the YA Black author people? No, it's by Tiffany D. Jackson. I'm not confusing nobody. Okay. I feel like I can finish this book tonight. I think I'm going to try. I'm going to try. It was like, and here's my thing. I could have gotten past a lot of it. I could have really gotten past, I could have gotten past a lot that was ingrown. But when the author had me thinking that I was going crazy, I said, no, this is doing too much. This is doing too much. And all the people that homegirl went to school with, what was her name? Fucking Enchanted, is that her name? It was something like that. All the people were idiots too. All the people talking about, oh, we didn't know nobody named Elizabeth. We knew a Betty, and then we knew that she talked to a Betty. You didn't feel like volunteering that information. You had me read 500 pages talking about, I didn't know you were looking for Betty. I didn't know Elizabeth and Betty were the same person. Get out of here. That was foolishness. The whole school failed them. They don't get to graduate no high school. No. It is not on my shelf. And I don't ever plan on owning a physical copy. She really did. I think so. It was something like that. It was very... Thank you. Like that's what really killed it for me. Was like I could understand a lot. Like I didn't even mind that it was R. Kelly the novelization, but it's like this person, like y'all saw this person talking to somebody every day, and literally everybody at that school was like, "We don't know her. We don't know her. We saw her talking to people, but not to that name." Foolishness. I have no idea. After I asked the Choices Book Club to suffer through Grown, I could never do that. Specifically because people say that Tiffany D. Jackson writes like really emotional books, and I didn't think that Grown was that emotional. Like, I didn't think it was. Like, it didn't tug on my heartstrings. She didn't tug on them. And so for Monday's Not Coming, I think one of her books, like Let There Be Rhythm or something, I don't know, it got like a graffiti cover. If I was going to read one of them, I don't know what that book is about, but I think I like that cover the most. So I would go with that one. I mean, it's also a haunted house book, and I could really care less about a haunted house. And I could almost care even less with a haunted house with Black people, because why is this in the house? Why didn't this was just left? Like, why we got the homegirl in here acting like a white person hanging around a haunted house? That's my question. Someone read it and get back to me. Thank you. I do actually. I am a Cancer, so I am well in tune with my emotions. I know you can't relate because you're like a Virgo or something stupid, but as a Cancer, me and my emotions are like this. So thank you. Try again. Okay. So thank you again for everybody coming out here. Now that I have said that, I feel like it's probably a good time to go before Erin decides she needs to keep commenting. This was impromptu. I might do more sprints tomorrow because I still have a whole other book I got to finish. I don't know. I mean, you don't got to be a lamb. I'm sure someone read it on on Goodreads, but I don't even want to look it up. Anyway, like I was saying, I might do sprints tomorrow because I still have a whole book to read. I don't know. I'm gonna make no promises on that one. But reading Allegedly, that's gonna be the last book by her. Yeah, Erin, she is always down to read for the cause, for the people. So Erin's gonna read White Smoke and get back to us. It's up her alley, love that for her. But I'll see you guys again soon. Maybe tomorrow, maybe not tomorrow, with another video or some more reading sprints. Who knows?